What is up, everybody? I'm Lou, and this is Metal Lens Reviews. Hope you're all doing well. So, if this happens to be your first time here, you're checking out my channel, you like what you see, thank you. Please do me that favor of like, comment, subscribe. As I mentioned before, it really helps me grow the channel, spread it to the masses, and of course motivates me to provide you guys with more stuff to watch. Alright, so, another request from my good friend Pat. And, so far, yeah, he's winning in my book, because Arrows in Action was a pop-punk group that I just did previously, and I liked them. I liked them so much because it just has this nostalgia feel. And look, when you get older, you know, you do miss some of the things you grew up with, especially music. It just unlocks something in your brain and makes life, whatever point you are in life now, a little bit easier, a little bit more easy to grasp. I mean, you won't change your status, but it's good looking back on the good times, and music is a big part of it. And like I said, while my choice of music was, you know, more aggressive and just, you know, it's cool. I mean, I grew up with a lot of people that, you know, because when you look at rock music, you think of it like at a big tree with a bunch of branches. That's, you know, music, I guess, in all sorts of genres. They all have subgenres and different you know, qualities and stuff. For example, the Home Team, which I have no idea, I'm going to say are probably in the same vein that pop punk as Arrows in Action. And yeah, it just, like I said, I grew up with a lot of friends that dig that kind of music and kind of rubbed off on me. And like I said, listening to it does kind of bring me back to those days when I was a mall rat. You know, it's just, you know, you don't forget it. You know, it's like watching a movie sometimes, and you're like, man, I haven't seen this in a while, and it makes you feel good. So yeah, I expect that from here. Actually, I don't know, because I have no idea anything about the Home Team, but so far, Pat was on a roll, and I trust him. So yeah, I'm expecting some pretty good vibes with this one. Like I said, the band's called The Home Team, and the song is Where Has My Friend Gone? Yeah, I have no idea what to expect, so yeah, let's cue it up. But before I do that, shameless plug again, X Labs Entertainment. As I mentioned in the other video, it's a entertainment brand, pretty much, that I'm a part of. Me and a collaboration of friends, whether it be video shorts, an actual superhero-esque web series that we're developing currently at the moment called Volt. Stay tuned for that. In fact, I'm going to leave a link down below this video in case you want to, you know, explore and check it out and, you know, support. Like I said, it's all appreciated, and definitely give it a look. Alright, so back to this. We're about to cue this video up and check it out together. Once again, this is The Home Team, Where Has My Friend Gone? Ooh, okay. It was actually kind of hard to pause this one. It is another one of those songs where I just want to, you know, let play out. Wow, okay. So, also reminded of, you know, but I can't really pinpoint who, you know. There's just too many bands to even kind of think about at the moment that have similar shades of this, but not quite. But you know what I like about them, actually? Kind of like a ska punk. There's a funky, I don't want to say R&B. That's going way to another direction, but just like a funky, jazzy kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? It's not all the way punk, not all the way pop or rock or whatever. It's this hybrid of that mixed in with this kind of soulful ska, I guess I want to say, you know, but not quite, you know, leading into ska. It's not quite committing to that. It just like it borrows elements. There's another one I could hear being played on the radio. I mean, I personally have never heard of it. Then again, I don't listen to the radio like that. But yeah, wow. All right, Pat, I like your taste, man. Yeah, this is cool. I'm only like 45 seconds in here. This is another one that kind of caught me off guard. I really don't know how to address it, but definitely, it's giving me vibes of, songs I've been around and heard before. But totally unique and kind of refreshing. I'm not sure how old or recent the Home Team is, but yeah, you could definitely hear some influence there from other groups. But they then again, that's everybody. Yeah, let's keep going. Alright, so you know what? Okay, so so prior to this, I listened to Arrows in Action, and if I had to compare them, or Arrows kind of takes a more general approach to the music, very, standard, but like I said, with an edge. The Home Team has this ska punk kind of thing. It's playful, has a kind of a bit of a rhythm there, soulful. You know what I mean? It's different. And that's their thing. That's their niche. That's how they stand out. I mean, I don't know if every song is like this. I'm just listening to this one, so I could be completely wrong. Sorry, Pat. But if I had to guess, this is the kind of music they make here and the progression style they do. I like it. It's different. It's fun. I never really got it. That's another kind of music genre that I've heard, I've been around, but never really got into. And that ska punk kind of style, which is very unique on its own. Like I said, when you think of rock music, you think of it as a big oak tree with a bunch of branches, and all those branches are different little subgenres. Metalcore, hardcore, death metal, ska, punk, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so what they're doing, it's this range of pop and punk, like that's the core, but the wow factor there, I guess, to stand out from the herd, is those ska influences, that stuff you would hear, kind of like in reggae, but made to adapt to this kind of style. Yeah, fun and refreshing. I don't come across bands like this a lot. They're either going in this direction or they change up. You don't expect it. I definitely wasn't expected here, and it's a good surprise. Let's keep going. So they definitely have, I mentioned this before, what really attracts people to music. Obviously, everyone has their thing, whether it be the instruments are played well, or the singer's voice is, just it really knows how to project. It's the hook that gets people hooked. for lack of better words. Something in the song that transitions, and you're like, yes, this is it. Kind of like in a movie, when the twist happens and you're caught off guard, you're like, oh, it releases kind of an emotion, and now there's replay value there, Like I said, this is my only experience with this one song with the home team, so this could just be a one-off. I don't know. But I like what I hear, and I think it's cool. Because, like I said, I don't come across too many of these songs. But most of it, especially on this channel, the good thing is, like, me being exposed to different, music outside of the genre. Like I said, this is definitely classified under rock and, all the subcategories, ska, punk, pop. But I do a lot of, foreign stuff. A lot of foreign artists and songs. So, this is, like I said, it's familiar. I definitely digging the vibe. It's kind of chill. I don't know. It hits me different, and I like that, because like I said, as you get older, don't get me wrong, I'm a diehard metalhead until I'm like 100, but and then some. I'll be listening to Slayer, but it's kind of refreshing when you hear a different approach to similar genres of music, like in rock music. You could do whatever you want with it, like I said, rock in general has very different kind of categories to pick from that are within it, and it's always a pleasure getting introduced to something I wouldn't normally listen to. It's fresh and cool. Yeah, this was another pleasant surprise. Okay. But do you think that, like, that's what gets me. Like, how are you supposed to, like, be introduced to, like, if I didn't have this channel, I mean, obviously, as I get older, my tastes really expand, as other people should. They should not just take risks, but they explore other genres of music. Imagine being fixed on the same music for, like, ever. I mean, it's cool when you're growing up and you kind of find yourself through that way, but it's always good testing the waters, especially when it comes to music, because you never know what you're going to find, and it could affect you in a very positive way. And this, for example, kind of brings me back, hanging out with friends that, while similar, had kind of different tastes in different branches of rock music. And so, this is definitely vibing with this. All right, we got a little bit left. I'll play it through and I'll let you guys know what I think. Nice. I normally don't have favorites when it comes to this, but yeah, Pat, I don't know, man. You kind of had me stumped, but I gotta give the edge to these guys because it's different. They're trying to be different. Like I said, I don't know when they started, how new or old they are, but it's I don't know, it's that mix, it's that ska kind of style that they have. It's just I like that for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why that's affecting me the way it is right now, but it's just how I feel. It's like when you hear your favorite song, there's something that stands out to it that is ultimately why it's your favorite song. And with this, for me, it's that that nostalgic factor that kind of brings me back to a happier time, if you will. Yeah, and that's what I get, and it's cool. The bands, we have bands like the home team, keeping that essence alive. So that's awesome. But yeah, that's what I think. I had fun. This is almost, you could think of it kind of like opening the door to like a trip down memory lane. There's other bands that are similar to this, but the home team being completely independent, probably influenced by bands they grew up with, Probably, you know, probably the same list of bands I've heard growing up. But yeah, this definitely wants me to, you know, kind of go back in my old playlists and, you know, listen to bands that, you know, have a similar style to them. But yeah, there you have it. The Home Team. Where has my friend gone? Another surprise. Who would have thought? Good job, Pat. Alright guys, hey look, if you made this far in the video, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you feel like supporting the channel or throwing me another song to react to, something you want me to review, any kind of suggestions, I'll leave a link down below entitled Buy Me a Coffee. You can do it through that. Other than that, my friends, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace.